a subject that is very descriptive, along with that is very analytic. So this subject needs a descriptive explanation along with the analytic explanation. So for completing this scenario in an analytic and descriptive way simultaneously, we need to express subject topics in terms of slides, in terms of graphical explanation along with the theoretical explanation. To achieve this goal, you should be very clear, you should be tension free, and you should be very well fine in your goal. So to provide the enthusiasm in your nature, in your subject, I am here. Myself, Sorabh Gupta, the subject that I am currently dealing with you, discussing with you in this semester, that is solid state devices and circuits. This is my second experience in this subject. So it is obvious that throughout my experience that I have gained in previous year about teaching this subject, you will get more benefit from my teaching methodology about this subject. This is not a very easy subject. As in beginning of my lecture, I have explained you, I have aware you about the analyzing and graphical skills or things of this subject. So it means this subject is more different from other subjects that you are currently studying in your current semester. So you will need more attention. And one thing I will add at the end of this my explanation, that you are not required to hesitate to ask any about any doubts, any queries in this whole semester. And at the end of this semester, I will expect from you that 100% result would be given by you, from your side, from all of you, and this could be done by performing very well in your sessional exams, along with your tutorials, along with assignments. But you are not required to. I am going to tell you simple concept of basic electronic device, that is diode. Diode is basically a two-terminal device. I can explain diode by taking a simple example of a switch. The function of switch is only switch works in two modes, just on and off. So similarly, diode can also works in two modes. It acts as a switch, on and off. By differentiating between in which mode diode act as on and in which mode it act as off, it is based on the biasing. Biasing is actually the battery or the source of supply which is provided to diode to operate it. If the diode is running in forward bias, then it acts as a on. It means switch, if switch, a simple switch, it is, I am taking the analogy of a switch with diode. Diode can works in on condition when it is forward biased, and it is normally off when it is reverse biased. And the meaning of biasing can be explained by taking another analogy. I am taking another analogy to explain only biasing. In first analogy, I will take the example of switch to explain the function of only diode. Now I am taking another analogy to explain the meaning of biasing. Biasing can be explained by taking the simple term motivation. Motivation provided to any particular person. If the magnitude or the total amount of motivation is directly proportional to the number of person which is actually in the contact of that particular person. If the number of person increased, means they will try to motivate any particular person, the degree of motivation will increase. Okay. If the number of persons get decreased, the degree of motivation will automatically get decreased. So this motivation can be explained, can be taken as an example to explain the meaning of biasing. Biasing is based on the amount of supply, the amount of voltage. If we increase the amount of voltage, that will means increase in biasing. Biasing means biasing is explained on the basis of motivation. Motivation is explained on the basis of number of persons. If the number of persons increase, the biasing is increased. Sorry, motivation is increased, and the biasing is increased by time. Recently, some days before, I have faced a student that is sitting in the class, and a senior professor from our whole family is teaching with very consciousness and very careful. At that time, one of the student in the class is not taking carefully the lecture that he is giving. He is actually trying to do something different, and what he is doing, I am actually standing outside the window of the classroom, and I have seen that the student is standing up from his seat and put up his mobile and try to making a video of the senior professor. At that time, when I have seen this incident, I just shocked that this incident can be happen to me also at some time, because that in coming future there is a possibility that I have to teach that class, and I have to face that particular person, that particular student. So at that time, I think that I should report not directly to that senior professor. I report to a very close person that is very close to that senior professor, that you should take some action about that students. I have informed the name and means the face of that student, if that is the particular student, and you should take some action in terms of you can expel that student for some days. But if these things happen to me in coming future or in today, I will take a strict action that if anyone inform me, any close person inform me that this incident is happening with you in your class, that I will take all the mobiles that is from the students. I'm trying to take the mobiles and getting receipt to me. Means I will try to ban the mobiles.
Yes, sir.
I have an incident once upon a time when I was actually a particular topic. I was beginning my topic, initiating my topic sharp 11 p.m. So, on the basis of the instructions that are given by HOD to me about the students, about the behavior of the students of that particular class. So, I have a particular concept in particular scenario in my mind about those students. So out of those students, one particular I have here some points about the behavior of a particular student that is included in that class. So when I enter that class, then I point out that particular student only. That is he's sitting at the back side of the classroom. My motive behind to see that students, I have what the features and what the points that I have heard from my HOD about that student. The students is actually lack of resources in terms of books, in terms of study material. So my duty is to motivate that student. I want to motivate that particular student. So what I do at that, what should I do to motivate? That is, I just get up, ask him to get up, and ask him what are the problems that you are facing in your previous years about the, because the result describes that students is lacking of resources. Due to the lacking of resources, the result of that particular students is still decreasing. He is not performing well in this current scenario, because in BTech, whenever the semesters are continuously increasing, lack of resources that he have, I used to sit up and ask him to see other students, and especially I instruct that particular student, you should concentrate on my lectures only. You are not required to see various types of books. You are not required. If you have